heart's running away with your head. Come on. I've thought it all out. It just wouldn't work. It just isn't done that well.
The son of the queen, the left hand. Yes, those poor people.
Well, we're gonna
Yeah, I guess so. That's me too. The left hand. The left hand. That's me too. The left hand.
Come on. Don't overdo it.
That's me.
I guess
They'll be seen. That's me.
I guess
They'll be seen. That's me.
I guess
That's me. They'll be seen. That's me. That's me.
I guess
The son of the queen, the left hand.
When you are going,
I'd like to.
here's how now we're gonna when you are going,
Yeah, I guess so. That's me too. The left hand. That's me too. The left hand.
done it.
Love you more than life itself.
That's me.
I guess
That's me. They'll be seen.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another DaraChat. My name is Daramuth, or Dara for short, because some people just can't say it right, and that's a shame. All that public education, and they can't get a name right. No matter
They don't
how
teach
many...
them how to read. They don't teach them how to read. You know that.
Can, can you imagine what they could accomplish if they knew how
If only we knew how to read. Can you imagine?
if-
But you know, years ago, English was developed as a spoken language because people couldn't read Latin. So
Hey, well, that's lighten up a lot of things, but you know, that's just...
I'm trying to lighten the mood a little bit.
Hey, now we get it. Joey's come to home. He's coming home.
Well,
But anyway, yes, welcome to the DaraChat. Of course, I'm owned by a somewhat sick man, but he made it anyway. The man they call Joey Cannoli.
sick, overwhelmed, all these adjectives that describe not feeling right. Runny nose, under the weather, about to be under the rule of communism. You know,
Fluish of fever and a fight.
Yeah.
Full of the red gumption to just smack anybody down. You know, there's just a lot. There's
Mhm.
just a lot here.
I've been frantically refreshing everything. I don't know
Uh-huh.
why I care so much because it doesn't matter who wins to me because it's not a good choice either. Oh, the polls close at 9 in New York. Geez, they really give them extra time.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you know what? We saw you on the street here. You get in, all right? Just get in, okay? Don't even stay there. Just get in. But yeah,
It's interesting that New Jersey and Pennsylvania close at 8, and New Jersey is you have to drive more in that state. But New York closes at 9, and I can walk to the corner store. There's like 7 polling destinations within like a 3-minute walk of me, and it just stays open until 9. Whatever.
hey, that means you have 7 different disguises to come up with, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, see?
I saw this guy come in with a one leg and a cane, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but he voted anyway.
I've seen a lot of cope on Twitter about Cuomo's chances, and it really confuses me. As I don't know why anybody would want Cuomo to win.
Well,
I don't
I mean, well, when people think of New York, they think of New York City. But there's more to New York than New York City. Obviously, there's the upper part of New York where there's more like farmland stuff and whatnot. But most times people just think
Yeah,
about
they
the
think
Big
of the
Apple.
city.
Yeah,
I have you have to give me a second. My cat is
sure.
about to knock my camera over, so
That's fine.
I have to do something about this beast. This is
Yeah.
a recurring thing on all my shows. Is this damn cat? Get over here.
That should be its nickname. That dang cat.
Let's feed you.
Hey, Killen, how's it going? How are you? Killing it since 90. That's right, 1990 right there. How are you doing? But yeah, no, it's. I'm guessing that must mean he lives in New York because I do not. But yes, there is more to New York than New York City. Obviously, uh, oh, what was it? Obviously, I've heard people talk of like there's enough grounds for camping and whatnot. But yeah, basically, when you hear New York, it's always about the city, which is the shame part of it. But I mean, it is what it is, right? New York has been in the
I had to
spotlight
use
forever.
deep state trickery to confuse him.
That's
All right.
right. That's
Deep state trickery.
deep straight trickery or catnap usually works too.
Well, what I did was I took his treats. I had his dry food in one hand, and I took the treats in the other hand as to alert him. Put the dry food in his bowl, and I took the treats back. Complete trickery. He'll never see it coming.
We call that the old bait and switch, and usually
Yeah,
most
the old
people
okey doke.
don't.
Something all of our politicians are famous for is the old okey doke. Like, you should vote for Andrew Cuomo after we called him a grandma murderer 5 years
Right.
ago.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
funny thing. It reminds me of that. What was it? That Allstate commercial. What? No, it was State Farm or Allstate, where it had the old guy with the fishing pole and had $1 in the end
Oh,
of it. It's like,
never
oh,
gonna get
almost got
Yeah.
it. Almost.
Yep, that's what it's like. It's like chasing the dragon.
So
You
is
know?
that what most of your content is? You do that is
What, chasing the dragon?
Well, that could be a ton of different things. It can be chasing the dragon. Could be just another hit for heroin at this point. But no, I
Yeah.
mean, what do you
No,
usually do with your stuff?
it's not typically geared towards New York, but it has been for the past 2 weeks because I live here and everyone seems to want to talk about the election race.
No.
All the Republican talking heads want to talk about it, but where were they 6 months ago? Where were they a year ago when the primary was happening? They had nothing to say then, but now all of a sudden we have to vote for Andrew Cuomo instead of the Republican candidate. You had
Hmm.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk endorsing Andrew Cuomo. Insane. Crazy.
Well, politics is sort of like that fine wine. It may look fine, but really it's just alcohol that smells like horse piss. It really is what it is.
And people pretend to enjoy it.
People, well, they do. Usually they get too drunk to not remember what they're drinking, which is the funny part because that's what
Mhm.
alcohol mostly is. Alcohol, I almost feel like, well, first off, alcohol was probably created in more because there wasn't drinkable water, which obviously back in the ye old days, cholera and all that stuff, no one wants that. But nowadays, it's more of just like a hearty beverage that can make you look like a loose Nancy on a
It's a
Tuesday night.
means to forget all your troubles. It's an
Yeah,
elixir. It's an elixir. Would you
yeah.
like to forget your troubles, mate? Here's some alcohol.
Well,
Don't mind if I do.
yeah. What's the hidden in your coat? It's a flask. It's called Grandpa's surprise.
Oh, what is it?
What?
It makes you
What?
forget. It's like a magic spell. And that's how myths and legends are created. Be like, magic? Did magic used to exist? No, it's just the cover story they gave for the magic elixir known as alcohol.
And that, kids, is how D&D was created. Um, and then Rebel says, "Nice mug, Joey. 1 year for Christmas, Mahal, you got the Infowars conspiracy bourbon.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
for a gift from his boss. Oh, wow.
I have 3 of these cups, actually.
Ah. Just in case someone wants to steal it.
I've,
Just
I've,
in case.
I've had many thoughts about, bringing one of these radical leftists home to, treat her how she wants to be treated. And I was like, but if she goes through my cabinet, she's going to see the Infowars cups. What do I do with that? I have to hide them.
Infowars, and to find that you have a half bag stashed of old Halloween candy. That's what you'll find.
I also have a bunch of old Infowars products in my closet somewhere, so I'd have to really hide all this stuff if I really wanted to do
So
something because women are FBI agents. They know where to search. So I need to think like an FBI agent.
that is true. You do need to think like a female body inspector. That is the true case of the FBI right
Hmm.
there. But does that so when saying with that, does that mean that's what the skeletons in the closet are? Is all your Infowars stuff?
Yeah, it's all the Infowars cups, and then there's an On It cup in there, so that's related to Joe Rogan, so that's not good either.
Oh,
I have to hide that too.
I didn't
I
know
got it.
he. Oh,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
got a secret. I got a secret compartment on my couch piece that also doubles as a storage unit. Nobody would ever suspect anything.
Oh
Just
wow.
hide it in there.
See, I didn't know Joe Rogan had any merchandise. He usually sells like the what is the Alpha Brain thing or
Yeah,
whatever
that
it
was
is.
on the On It website, the Alpha Brain stuff. That's where
Yeah.
he's it's on that website, Alpha
Mm,
Brain, all that other shit.
mm.
He sells it on the On It website. I don't know if he does anymore, but 10 years ago when I got the shit, that's where it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I when I always listen to his stuff, his episodes on YouTube, you'll usually have that center section where he does his whole, advertising thing, which is a weird thing in itself, advertising in a edited video. Um, then Rebel says, I put the Infowars bumper stickers on the dresser in the kids' room. It's fun with all
That's
the
easy for
stickers.
you to do. You're already married, Rebel. I'm not married, so I have to convince these women. And I don't have much of a crop of talent to pick from in New York. So,
Oh, well, at,
you know,
at at a certain point, it's either party girl or something else.
well, I've been just dicking around scrolling on Tinder lately. I haven't never used dating apps before, but like I'm
Right.
like, whatever, might as well give it a shot. And like I'm looking through Tinder, and I'm just like, Jesus,
Yeah.
like like I got well, you have to pay more to see who liked you because of course you do.
Yeah.
And I like it shows you the ages though. It was like 37, 38. I was like, hmm. I wonder what their specifications are because most of the time it'll be like just figuring things out, and I know what that's code for, and
Yeah.
or looking for a fun time. I know what that's code for, or
Yeah.
long term but okay with short term. I know what that's code for. I know
That
what all
just
these are codes for.
that just confused the heck out of me. Short term for long term for short term. What the?
No. It's I want a long term, but I'm okay with a short term, basically.
Hey, monster.
Hey, hey, Monster Mangler.
Joe. Uh,
Yes, he popped in on my show earlier.
oh, nice.
Yeah, he tried getting me in trouble. That's what he tried doing.
Oh, oh, so
Yeah,
you gotta.
he tried getting me in trouble.
And then Ale says, "Oof, dating apps. I'm glad our times what it was. Go to the bar and meet people. Well, I mean, you can still do that now, but even then, you have the issue of running into those same sort of people even in a bar. So
Mm-hmm.
and then
Well,
yeah,
you get a similar crop of talent in the bars. Well,
yeah.
hello, was it
Big
Black?
Block, Plymouth. Yep.
Yeah, I can't, Rumble Studios text is so tiny I can't see it half the time. I'm blind.
Well, that's not their fault. Not my fault. They can't defend their takes. Well, there you go. And then Rebel says there is the speech in the musical, and one of the guys talks about how women are confused after the war and don't know what they want. Well, it's certainly not to be dead, because after war is certainly the relief of having some sort of peace instead of being pillaged beyond compare.
You know what? Something women do a lot of the times that like I get because I kind of do it too, but like they kind of are more outwardly with it.
Right.
Women will literally reject something that they want because they think in their brain that there's no way it would work, so I'm not even going to try, and they'll do everything they can to push it away because everything that they're being told, whether it's by friends or a psychiatrist or whatever the hell, they're being
Mm,
told this can't work, so they'll push it away even though it's what they want. Whereas
mhm,
me, when I want something, I will go for it, even if it's defying the face of logic. Like I
mm,
want X, and I'm going to get X, even if I have to sacrifice to get X.
mm.
Not
Right, but
Twitter. I meant,
right, yeah, X
I will
X
not
and
spend
Y. Yeah.
billions of dollars on X.
Yeah, that X is not worth it.
No.
But no, it's understandable because I mean, even there are guys out there who are like that too, where they don't know what they want, and
Hmm.
most of the time you have people of various degrees of they either do or they date, and it's just fooling around or whatnot. There's a whole wide ball field out there. It's just kind of a convoluted mess of okay, so what is it I really want now? And that's one of those things between the sexes sort of thing that's really just kind of lost, because people, because everyone has something different they want out of whatever's a
I think women
considered
have to,
this.
women, at least traditionally, they don't have to do it anymore, but traditionally women have to think about, well, is he going to be able to support me too?
Mm,
And nowadays, where it's almost the norm that women also work, it's rare to find the woman that doesn't work. So in this era of the woman works, it's more so of a melding of the partnership. It's the partnership is we're doing everything together, as opposed of you have your role and I have my role.
mm,
And I know people want to go back to traditional roles, but you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube sometimes. It'll take a lot of work to go back to that, and a lot of women will perceive it as their independence being attacked.
mm,
So it's just the nature of the beast now. But women have to think about it's not just what they want in a man; it's also what can he offer me.
mm,
So they have to
yeah.
think about two things. Whereas I think most of the time men are just thinking about what do I want.
Mm. Yeah, there's always going to be that give and take sort of, I don't know, relationship or whatnot. But at the end of it, I don't really think, um, I really think it's at a crossroads for both men and women. Not all, but some where they're just kind of wafting in the wind. Like, what is it called? Like you blow on the dandelion and all the fluff just floats into the wind and you don't even know where it will go. And I think that's where most of the relationship ordeal between men and women is at. It's just kind of in the wind. And
Yep.
the sad part about it is really, you see, I'm pretty sure you've seen those shows, right, where you have like the sexes on one side or the other, and they've done like that, was it that huge round table thing, and they kind of get in
Oh,
that
you
center
like the
part.
whatever podcast?
Well, whatever podcast is kind of like iffy in its own right, because some of
Mm-hmm.
those, it's been said that some of those guys kind of get with the women, but
Oh, I
it's
bet.
it's here, yeah, and
I
it's
bet.
understandable. But Big
Yep.
Luck says not too many trad women in New York. I'm guessing he's asking you.
Oh, definitely not. Look,
Mm,
I gotta be like, I don't necessarily want like a trad woman. Like I want something in between because that's what I am. I'm something in between. I don't
mm,
necessarily want to have like a you know basic white picket fence type of girl. Like I want to have like I mean I've historically have dated Puerto Ricans in my life, so that comes with a level of craziness that for some reason I get turned on by.
I think there's a lot of things we can all get turned by. Craziness is one of them. And Killing It says, I require my woman to work on me. Yeah, I can see that. And then Monster says, I kind of figured the hosts are in it for more than internet fame. Yeah, I mean, if you're not kind of questioning it a bit and just accept it at face value, maybe you can get away with that. But at the end of it all, I'm pretty sure there's more going beyond the scenes. Usually is the case with most stuff. You never truly know what's going on. You're just
there's a
given what you want to be shown or what they
there's
want to show.
there's like a saying in hip hop where you treat a hoe like a hoe. Like everyone's always just like, oh, women are, well, in rap they call women hoes. It's like no, they call hoes hoes.
Mm,
There's a difference between a woman and a hoe, and sometimes hoes know their place, and that's very much appreciative.
mm,
It's good when people know what their place is.
yeah,
That's just my opinion,
yeah, that's
but
understandable. Um,
but there are some people who are in denial about it.
Right, and that's understandable too. Unfortunately, uh, Big Black says, "Crazy in the head, crazy in the bed." Yes, I've heard that one many times before. Ale says, "Joey likes them Latina fire." Oof,
Hmm.
hi Chihuahua.
Yeah. What I don't know. What could I say? The heart wants what the heart wants.
Well, maybe there's more. Maybe there's just more than the heart working on that situation, but
Well,
it's
I don't know. I don't know how the body works. I'm not a biologist.
understandable.
The heart wants what the heart wants. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it is the heart because the heart is where the blood comes from. So the heart wants what the heart wants.
Well, it's where the blood pumps through. The heart does not make the blood, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what? Here, if you have no systems to bring water to the homes, then you have no water. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Mm,
The heart is
true.
the conduit that gives you the blood. So the heart wants what it wants.
I
Listen,
hate
the heart wouldn't have a direct highway down there if it didn't want what it wants.
And here I thought you said you weren't a biologist, and here you're going at it. There you go, man.
I'm just a philosopher. That's all.
a, philo- a philosopher.
I'm a philosopher. The heart ones with the heart ones.
Philosopher and his philosophical. I'm waiting for the book that you'll write, Joey, that will
One
say,
day.
can you only imagine the book Joey will write when he sits down and says, and hereforth the woman saith, you ain't coming home with me. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yes. And then Joey said to her, "Damn girl, what that ass do? Damn girl, what that ass do?"
I feel like this is gonna be more a rap album than a book.
Probably these are like song names. And then who can forget hit singles like "Damn girl, do you shit with that thing?" or "What that mouth do, girl?"
Talk about an open seating. But anyway,
Can you smash watermelons with those thighs, girl? Like, and who can forget classics like "Treat a hoe like a hoe" and "A housewife like a housewife"?
what the song would be? What's the difference between a garden hoe and a actual hoe?
One has a trimmed bush.
Oh,
I did do a series back in February about hoology during the whole Ashley St. Clair Elon Musk fiasco.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
We had a 4-part series on hoology. Hoology 101, I called it.
And it's funny. I get some people to some degree feel sorry for her, but like after a certain point, when all this stuff came out, it really doesn't make sense to feel sorry for her anymore. Because at the end of the day, she is an adult. Like she is an adult, and she kind of deserves the ridicule for making a bad decision.
Oh, she made a stupid decision.
Yeah.
She literally thought. And listen, I think she's a pretty girl until you notice the nose. Then all of a sudden things start to change. But she really thought that, her 7 or 8 out of 10 coochie was going to tame the richest man in the world. Like she really thought that. That's crazy.
She didn't just notice the other 12 women behind that in order to.
I know. Like this dude is like Tony Soprano. He's got Gumars in like every state and every country, and she thinks she was going to tame him.
Yeah,
that's an insane level of delusion. That's worse than being a hoe. Is that she was insanely delusional.
Well, I mean, when you're trying to go for the richest guy out there, you kind of tend to get delusional.
Yeah, well, you got to humble yourself sometimes, and she's been humbled, I think.
I think she still has a ways to go. I still think she has a ways to go. There's no way.
If she needs a father figure, I can take care of her.
Well, okay, maybe not that kind of father figure, but you're close enough.
Well, she's got 2 kids.
I thought she only had the one.
No, she had a kid at like 20 or 21. She don't ever mention this fucking kid, but she was dating some older dude who was like balding terribly. Quite frankly, he was balding terribly. I wouldn't say that, but that's what they were saying. He was balding terribly. I don't know. I don't remember what he was, but like they had a kid and then they decided they weren't together. And then if you read between the lines, it sounds like she was, being a hoe.
Yeah, well, it sounds like she was more than what she was saying is basically that. But I mean, that whole situation in itself was just a mess because I think at one point she had to like sell the Cybertruck she had or something like that.
Talking like, I don't really enjoy this car that much. It's like, okay.
Again a sugar daddy. Hey, more power to her. At least she doesn't have to worry too much.
Listen, if men want to be sugar daddies to women, that's their choice too. We got hoes and we got sugar daddies.
That's true.
2 sides of the same coin.
Oh yeah.
We should just connect all the sugar daddies and hoes together, and they can have their own little economy. Stop trying to interfere with all of us normal people.
Yeah, it's a sugar daddy hoe fiesta. There you go.
Pimpology and hoology. Except they're not pimps though. The sugar daddies aren't pimps. They're the ones that the pimps take advantage of.
Well, yeah, that is true. Usually, they're sort of like the ones that just give their money away for the whatever. But I mean, it's sort of like I almost feel like it's a situation where it's with Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Like Leonardo DiCaprio would date someone who was like, I think it was the story was like date to 25, and then at a certain age he lets them go.
I think he's increased his cap now. I think his cap is 30 now. He's finally growing up.
Well, and the funny thing was is that I don't know how many he's dated or whatnot, but I mean, there's been stuff where like certain celebrities he's real great with or whatever, but I mean, he's Leonardo DiCaprio, so it's one of those names you just like, yeah, it makes sense.
You know, when it comes to like what I was saying with sugar daddies and hoes, like this is pimpology. The pimp takes advantage of this because the pimp has the connections that the hoe needs. You know, so that's where he gets his cut on the whole ordeal. Is like the hoe doesn't have the clientele. She has trouble finding the clientele. She has trouble going around it. Well, the pimp is the conduit between that. He's the middleman. He gives her the clients. She does the hoedom, and then usually he rips her off a little bit. But that's how the game works. I mean, look at the music industry. Look what those A&Rs and executives do to the artists. They completely rip them off too. But that's not illegal. But being a pimp is illegal.
Yeah. Unless you can backhand them good without anyone seeing, then that's a different story altogether.
You got to keep your pimp hand strong.
It reminds me of that Dave Chappelle with Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
What does Wayne Brady have to beat a witch?
Wayne Brady got to choke a bitch.
But he's still successful though, so you can't deny that. But yeah, it's New York is. I don't want to call it a cesspool, but it's really
a cesspool.
All right, well, we'll go with cesspool.
I mean, it's a big cesspool though. There's a whole lot of cesspools inside of the cesspool. there's factions of cesspools. There's people all throughout the city. There are people just living life normally, surrounded by cesspools.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people who live life normally, they don't really encounter any of the shit that if you're in the zeitgeist that you counter. Like they don't like a lot of the times like people see like these stories on the subway or they're like, oh my God, how do people do that? It's because most people take the subway every day and they never see that shit.
Yeah.
There's so many different subway lines. Most people are taking the 4, 5, 6, the 1, 2, or 3, the 7 train, the L train. They're not taking some of these back alley trains that take you to the furthest reaches of Queens or Brooklyn. Like they're not taking those trains. And those are the types of trains where a lot of this stuff happens on. So a lot of people will go through there and I'm one of them, but I know how to avoid danger. This is we call it street smarts. I know how to avoid danger. I know where not to go. So a lot of the times the crime that you'll see, and it's sad, you'll get people who are from other parts of the city where they're like the right thing to do is to stop this thing from happening. But when you're in the wrong neighborhood, you get stabbed. You can't like when you have an erratic homeless guy. I remember this story. I don't remember the details about it, but it was some dude and his girlfriend, and they were for some reason trying to help this erratic homeless guy, and he just started stabbing the dude and he died. And I'm like, you can't do that. You need to know what neighborhood you're in. Some people just go through life in this daze and they don't even understand. Back alley trains.
But no,
but actually St. Clair's taking a lot of back alley trains.
I'd probably taking one right now. But no, they kind of, I mean, that
makes I invited.
Tracks down a narrow alley. Well, that's true too. But I mean, that kind of makes sense because I growing up, we lived in this sort of ghetto neighborhood, and it's probably not as bad as New York's neighborhoods, but it was pretty bad enough that you'd hear like once in a while gunshots at night or stuff like that. So there is stuff that, I mean, I've not had to deal with anything big or fancy, thank goodness. But you do kind of get to see a sort of rot, right? I think that's what they call it, consider a rot. But it's still like New York still stands despite the rot, which is the funny thing, right? Like you'd think that at a certain point, New York would just crumble underneath its own weight from the rot, but it doesn't seem to be, or it's not there yet. And so the question is, what does New York crumble? And 2, if it does, when?
Great question. It's not going to be something that we can predict.
No.
Because it's whatever it does is going to happen instantaneously. It's going to be, I think it's going to be like an overnight thing. Because let's say Zoran gets everything done that he wants to get done. You're going to see a mass exodus of even more Republicans. You're going to see a lot of rich people and businesses leave.
Yeah.
And that's going to cause an unnoticeable amount of damage. A noticeable amount of damage. So A lot of the times people in the city can just get by. And one of the few times where it was tough for them to get by was COVID. But
Mm,
some people bought the propaganda. When it
mm,
comes to this, of like, we voted for communism and now milk is going to cost $6.50, it's
mhm,
going to be affecting everybody. And
mhm,
that's where the onus should be on the Republicans to take advantage of that. But they should have taken advantage of the fact that for the last couple of months, this was a four-way race with three Democrats in it. And then
mhm,
only until 3 weeks ago, now it's a three-way race with two Democrats in it.
mhm,
And, you have the president. Everyone stands up for Donald Trump, Mr. MAGA, make America great again, America first, endorsing Andrew Cuomo, who he chastised 5 years ago during COVID.
mhm.
Said he was a mass murderer, and now we should vote for the mass murderer over the Republican candidate. Like, they've done nothing for Curtis Lewa in this state. Oh, they'll be like, oh, he's not an actual Republican. Neither is Donald Trump.
Mhm.
How soon we forget? How soon we forget?
Of that with all that's going on, obviously, not even just the election, but everything within New York. I wonder if people that are on the ground floor, that are living their regular lives, are in the understanding of, or if they even care at all. To be honest.
I don't think most people know, but I also know because I've been going. I've been talking to somebody I know who does documentaries.
Mhm.
He did a documentary for Tim Pool recently, and
Oh,
I was like, you should do a documentary about like the actual ground level of New York. Like, forget what the big heads are talking about. Forget what the talking heads who do nothing but criticize New York.
right.
All the time they tell people leave the cities, don't fight for your city, don't fight for where you live, just leave the cities. This attitude of retreat, retreat, retreat. That's all conservatives ever do is retreat, retreat, retreat. They never stand and fight, but they think they're going to win a civil war. All they do is retreat in the culture war. All they do is retreat when Democrats start encroaching on their spot to live in. All they do is retreat. That's all they ever do. So they tell New Yorkers to retreat. And now you hung anywhere from 25 to 35% of people in this city who vote for Republican. You just hang them out to dry now.
Mm,
Just like, tough shit, tough titty. Leave the state. Keep leaving. And then on the other hand, when they tell them to leave, they get upset when New Yorkers go to Texas or Florida or North Carolina. Don't bring your blue trash here. It's like, well, you have to understand a Republican in New York is not the same as a Republican everywhere. That's just
mhm,
the nature of the beast. And the right never does a good job of showing them why they should believe, you know, why should you be a Republican? What is the Republican Party? Is it still the neocons? Is it the America First? Is it the hard religious right? Like, what is the Republican Party? Where nobody wants to say what it is because they're afraid of alienating. But when you don't clarify, it alienates because people
mhm,
have this image of the Republican Party like it's Dick Cheney, George Bush,
mhm.
and New Yorkers don't like that. So to me, from going from different parks playing basketball with the average person,
Right.
I see a lot of people who are disillusioned of both parties,
Mm,
and they see that one party is here and the other party is not here, and the other party never seems to offer them anything. So
right.
they're going to vote for the devil they know instead of the devil they don't know.
Mhm. Which is the absolute uh epitome of what politics in its truth is. It's nothing more than what every football, baseball, any sports team is. It's
It's team
nothing but a
sports.
it's team sports, but not only that, but it's a drag race, almost it feels like to the bottom. And I don't care about the politics either way because I don't worship at that altar.
Hmm.
But it's the one altar it seems like many worship at, which is a funny thing, right? You see, like I don't I mean, you have a difference of what conservatives are. There's a whole bunch of groups out there, or they're not all one and the same, or lefts, or whatever you want to call it. But it almost feels like people don't ultimately get what they're going to have to do if they want their country. And I don't think a lot of people are willing to make that sacrifice.
Yep. Looks like Virginia, as this governor's race, is flipped blue. And in the exit polls, it says government shutdown blame for her projected win. So the fact of the matter is Donald Trump, the media, it doesn't matter. They can put out whatever perceived thing they want
Mhm,
on why the government is shut down. People will just see that the Republicans have a majority in the House and the Senate. They have the executive branch. They
mhm,
will only see Well, the Republicans have the power to open it, and they're not. That's all they'll see, because people are not in the zeitgeist. They look at politics on a very surface level,
Yeah.
and people who talk politics don't understand this, and they always talk about the pulse of the nation. They don't know the fucking pulse of the nation. They don't have a clue what the pulse of the nation is. A lot of these talking heads haven't been part of the pulse of the nation, maybe ever in their lives. I mean, a lot of these people are just Manchurian candidates as far as politics go.
Right.
So a lot of these people have never been in. They've never been with the actual people. They might masquerade as that, but they haven't.
hmm Which kind of is that thing where I don't think many of them have ever stayed long enough on the ground floor or forget they've been there,
Hmm.
that they get the high, what is it, the high and top, what we gonna call it, where they get up to that high point and they kind of forget where everything starts at, and that's the ground floor. But you have too much high superiority of forgetting about that. and and again, politics in its own right is almost its own trap. While there is some, you could derive some good from it, the problem of it is, though, you have people who have very different perspectives, very different mindsets, and they're all arguing and talking with each other, trying to find out what's the best thing to go forward for the majority of everyone. And on truth, I don't think many people know what is the best to go forward, because they're so concerned with their daily lives, and their daily lives do not allow for them to be concerned on a bigger stage. Think of it, it's like this, right? An anthill has ants, and all day, every day, they're worried about feeding the queen, protecting the queen, and anything that has to do with the colony. Beyond that point, the world to them is so huge and so vast, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Same for us. We're worried about our own areas, because some people have kids, some don't. We want to do this thing, maybe play games, do our job, pay the bills, all this stuff, all the things that keep us going until we plop over, whatever the ultimate end. The point of the matter, though, is that um, a lot of stuff we've given some importance to really isn't too much importance. But the problem of it is that we have too many people vying for power that has become too important to lose. And it's just a mess. It really is. It's like a tsunami. And you only have so much before you're drowning beneath it all. I think a lot of people are done.
Yeah, that's another thing that I feel in New York. I think people see that both parties are full of shit, and again, they're voting for whatever helps them, and free stuff, the perceived nature of free stuff. That's what they're going to choose, because a lot of people are just disillusioned of it. They're completely disillusioned on politics. They don't want to pay attention to it. It makes the quality of their life worse.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that a lot of the solutions, we spoke about this on my show last night,
hmm
on Nightcap, where a lot of the solutions in this world are contradictions. So it makes people's heads hurt, and they just want to go back to sleep. People are asked, do you want the red pill or the blue pill? And people choose the blue pill because it makes life easier.
mm Well, like an example of what was one of the solutions you talked about.
Oh, how in order to essentially fight the beast that we're up against, it requires people who want small government to essentially be big government. And I'm like,
Mm,
it's a contradiction. It just doesn't work. But that's almost what it has to be. It almost has to be that. How could you say I want small government, but then you also have to think on a global scale or a countrywide scale? It's almost a contradiction. And maybe it's not a contradiction, but it sounds like one. It sounds like one. And I see this pattern a lot in certain aspects. Like, what was it? Socrates saying that the best politicians know that they shouldn't be politicians, or philosophers would be the best politicians, but they are too smart to be politicians.
yeah.
Or it's almost like this: the best people for the job are the ones who know that they don't want the job.
Yeah.
So that's like a contradiction. How do we get the people that should have the jobs to want the jobs? And then how do we stop them from getting caught up in the corruption? It almost seems like these are patterns that can't be broken. And then it makes me wonder, are we in a simulation? There is just an AI algorithm that we cannot stop. We can't
Well,
stop this algorithm. We can make it less bad. We can if you think about the pendulum swinging, we could
mhm,
stop it from going like this. We can have it
mhm,
go like this, but we can't ever stop it.
mhm.
So to me, my answer is we need to have the pendulum go like this instead of like this. That's
Right.
the solution to me, is we have to do whatever we can to maximize this or minimize the swings, and that's going to take compromise, and people don't like that. That's going to take a level of compromise. There are people who want this to be a Christian nation. Well, that's out the window, and people should just stop talking about it because it's never going to be that again.
Mm-hmm.
People want to say that we need to dictate morality. That's never going to happen. Nobody likes being told what to do. And again, that's another one of those contradictions with the small government people. They don't like to be told what to do, but on the same token, they're going to say we need to dictate morality. This type of hookup culture is bad, or this is bad and that is bad. It's like, how could you say you're small government and you don't like being told what to do, and then you're going to do the same exact thing? Like, these are all contradictions.
Or morality, or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Dictating morality, dictating how somebody else should live.
hey Bruce, how you doing?
Yeah, whoosh.
But no, it really comes. I mean, for me, it's sort of this thing where the thought is, if people really want the country they say they so love, then they'll have to fight for it. But in order for them to fight for it, they have to sacrifice a lot of things. And a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice what they have in order to keep what they believe should still be, right? Like, to the honest truth, no document is going to protect you and your rights. It's just
Yep.
not going to happen,
Mhm.
right? You can already see that. Hey, Knight, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well too. You can already see that with the laws and things that, like, I had a lady on, her name's Savvy, and she's a lawyer, for kind of daytime job. And she's like, we'd come to the point of talking about free speech. It's like, even free speech itself is not free speech, because on a very granular level, like, you go to the local, you go to city, you go to, like, whatever, there are different rules in place for all this stuff for different points of freedom of speech. Like, they limit on certain things, they hide things or whatever. But at the end of the day, freedom of speech is not free,
Nope.
because you are limited by different areas within the country themselves. I mean, you could say, well, it's for the government. It's like, but the government is on pretty much all levels that you deal with. You deal with a local government, a city government, all this stuff, and then state government, which is a bit bigger. But the point of the matter is, though, is that you deal with a lot of things that, even like, for me, again, not caring on the political scale, but again, people want a country that keeps the rights that have made it great. But the problem of it is, they wouldn't, or aren't going to fight for the rights, because they wouldn't be willing to sacrifice make the sacrifices that are going to be needed to make.
Mhm.
Say an example. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, you need to always fight. You can't, like, a lot of small government people I just want to be left alone. You will never be left alone. You always have to fight. You think communists and Marxists are going to leave you alone? They will never leave you alone. You always have to fight. And that's a reality people need to wake up to. You always have to fight for what you believe, and you always have to fight for what you want. You always have to fight for what you love. That never changes. There is never a moment of, I can settle down and be in peace. Nope. Never going to happen. That's a fairy tale.
And Big Black said, "Freedom is free. If you won't put in your Bucko 5, who will?" Okay, Bucko 5 is a little old school talk. All right, just calm it down there. Stop taking us back to the 50s with
My Bucko 5, my daddy told me.
I went hunting one time and I cut myself a Bucko 5, but it was only small. It was a small Bucko 5 right there.
A small one. My daddy taught me how to cut it up, though. I love my daddy.
those antlers that kind of pierced him like it did, we kind of took him home and all that stuff.
We taxidermied.
We taxidermied both the deer and the dad.
Yeah, my daddy's in my office right now, all stuffed up.
We actually caught him. We actually caught the scene where the deer kind of poked him with the antlers, and he's looking like you could see the extinguishedness in his face, like,
Yeah. You can see the light leaving my daddy's eyes. But he died doing what he loves.
Hunting buck and getting hunted by it.
Oh my God. My daddy loved hunting deer. It's only appropriate that.
Can you imagine if someone actually did that?
Shit.
That'd be awful.
I'm sure it exists somewhere in the world. If you could think of it, it probably has happened.
Oh, I don't want to think about it, but it was funny to think about. That was hilarious. And AL says you always have to fight and win. That is true, whether it be personal or family or otherwise. You're
Yeah.
always fighting to try to keep. Like I
Hmm.
know, as an example, right? And I've been seeing this a lot, probably because it's the algorithm, whatever on X. But have you noticed that there's been more and more gives and goes on Twitter X? Like I've been seeing more. I don't know if it's because of a few people I've stopped by because friendly whatever or it's just whatever, but it seems there are more and more gives and goes that are happening out there, and I don't think that's going to be ending anytime soon because there are a lot of people who need help, and there aren't a lot of people who are going to be able to help
Yep, they're looking for. I mean, charity's always better than government handouts. It's always been that way.
them.
But
Only, yeah,
times is tough too.
yeah. Well, the problem is who will help the helpless when the helpful are helpless themselves. That's gonna be the trouble. And then Nightmare says 17 ask him, yeah, but you have to find the people to do it. And you don't have the people to do it. Or there's not enough people to do it. There's not enough. You can say 1776, you can say Boston Tea Party all over again, but your ancestors had a more difficult job making a country and keeping a country than any
Mm.
of us do now. Because I don't think a majority of us would sacrifice our own homes, our own jobs, our own places of friendships and families and all this stuff in order to have the country we want because we're so used to the comfortability, and that's just going to continue because how many of you are willing to live homelessly to fight for the homes?
Hmm. Well, here's some, I guess, potential white pilled stuff when it comes to New York. Is the governor's race is next year, so if Republicans are really upset about Mamdani winning, they could really rally behind the Republican candidate for governor. I mean, yeah, governor, because the governor race is always going to be much closer than the mayor race because you get upstate New York and Long Island. If I remember correctly, last time Lee Zeldin ran against Kathy Hochul, he lost 56-44. So yes,
Mm,
that's a pretty that's a 6 point. He'd needed like a 6 point swing in favor of him
mhm,
to be even. But like that is within, like, if you have a year plus of like heavy boots on the ground market, like you could do that.
mhm,
Especially if this next year with Mamdani is very rough, it should be very easy to capitalize on that. And then if you have a governor that's Republican and the mayor is Democrat, then that will
mhm.
mitigate the damage. So
Right.
there is some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. But is the GOP going to capitalize, or are they just going to continue to fundraise off it so they can go to their fancy dinner parties? I think I know the answer.
And Nightmare actually gives an answer for you. To me, Republicans are half the problem.
They are half the problem, and because of this recent Donald Trump episode or saga, they a lot of people don't want to say that. They don't
Mm,
want to say that because then it comes across as you're going against Trump or you have Trump derangement syndrome. It's like, no, dude, this is the reality that we're in. The
mm,
Republicans will allow things to happen. The Democrats will be mobile in doing it because the Republican bigwigs benefit with donations. Nobody likes to solve problems because then what are they going to campaign on?
mm.
How do you market continued peace? You can always, it's so easy to market a problem and how we should fix it, but it's
Yeah.
very hard, I guess, to market peace and maintain.
Well, it's easy to market war and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, no party is for the people because the people can't even hold them accountable.
you
And
know, it's funny
uh,
about I've had interesting thought experiments
mm,
the past 2 weeks on my show regarding all this New York stuff, but
yeah,
when I hear something like government run manufacturing doesn't work because like as a reason why communism can't work
right.
because the government can't manufacture anything, they can't you know build stuff. That's false because our military is essentially communist. There's no free market desire for some of the technologies that the military industrial complex creates. None of that is free market. That's all done by the government. The government manufactures a crisis. The military industrial complex goes in, builds great technologies, and then technology advances. Look at the
Mm,
technological boom from World War One to World War Two, and then so on and so on with the Cold War. Like
mm,
you've never seen a level of technological increase like you have during those times. So it was almost like the free market enterprise created this sense of entrepreneurship to make great things, and then they weaponized that in a communist sort of fashion to then create crises to have a need to build technology. And like when I think of like an airplane being invented, did somebody invent the airplane because they just wanted to fly places, or was it because they wanted to drop bombs on a fucking country?
Well, I don't know. That's
You look at Nikola Tesla, though. Look at Nikola Tesla. He got government grants to do his science. So the government can produce things if they want to. They just choose not to. America is a socialist country. I've been saying this. People are like, oh, communism. New York's going to be communist. I'm like, dude, we've been communist. We've been pseudo-communist socialists for a very long time in this country. I mean, they created these, they infringed on our Second Amendment rights centuries, decades ago. They confiscated gold from people. They put Japanese Americans in internment camps during World War II. They manufactured the sinking of the Lusitania to drag us into World War I. They passed the Federal Reserve, which the Constitution strictly says that Congress must distribute the money, not given all, not to. They can't have a private business distribute the money. They have to do it, but they passed the Federal Reserve to do that anyway. We fought a war over the income tax. Well, we have taxation. Well, we have the income tax. I'm saying, like, there's so many aspects of this is not a new phenomenon. There's so many aspects of this country. Eminent domain. They will, when it came to building the railroads, they will bully you off your land through subversive tactics, bullying tactics, and undercut you, or they'll give you a price to sell. Oh, well, we're giving them due compensation. It's like, nobody has to move if they don't want to. Go find somewhere else to build your goddamn railroad. But everything about the government or communism, it's always about efficiency first. The government is public servants. They should be inconvenienced at our behest. It should not be the other way around.
Yeah, and Big Black says, peace out, who's buying Megadeth?
But who's buying?
You gotta do like, no, I think that's more like heavy metal stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the melody of the peace out, but who's buying?
Oh yeah, he's got it.
I can't. If I could sing like Dave Mustaine, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
I wanna take you out. No.
Symphony of Destruction. I wouldn't call myself a black pillar though. It's just the reality.
Well, and it's a lot.
If you ask me what the score of the basketball game is, I'm going to tell you the score of the basketball game. I'm not going to tell you a fake score to make you feel better. It's just the reality of the situation. You need to know what the real score is, so you know how to adapt going forward.
Oh, sad to see them retiring. Oh, well, that's sad. Oh, he loves Megadeth. Oh, okay.
I love Megadeth as well.
Sad to see them retiring. Well, I didn't know they. I thought you were talking about the cartoon. What was the one from Adult Swim? Was that one? I thought it was Megadeth. Was that cartoon? What am I
Metalopolis or some shit.
Oh, Metalopolis. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like the five guys, and it's like this just crazy hard rock animated series. And it's one of Adult Swim's way out of their series, like Isaac, I think it was. Yeah, no, Xavier. Xavier was the one I remember that's way out there. I remember coming across one of those episodes. I'm like, what am I even watching?
Yeah, that's stoner television right there.
That was, yes, it was. And then,
but I think about it all the time, where I'm like, I don't know, I don't really foresee us being able to vote our way out of this. So many things need to go right, and there's so many subversive people in positions of authority that I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we vote our way out of it all. So
you can't.
A lot of people put their head in the sand because of that, because they know that they can't. Organizing some sort of revolution is almost off the books, because the media has certainly trained people not to think that way. And people also don't have the spirit to do that. They're not going to give up their lives for it. So they're going to deal with the inconvenience of government encroachment with the hopes that they can have a somewhat comfortable life.
At least what little life they have left, unfortunately.
And that is the lesser of two evils nuanced choice that people in New York make. There's really nothing we can do about it, so we're just going to hope that the way I see it is, if like the corporations and the government, if all they wanted to do was skim off the top, I'd almost just like take that as a victory. But that's not all they want to do. They want to control. So that's where we are.
Pretty much. And Nightmare says, yeah, no, Megadeth are releasing one last album, doing one last tour, and retiring. Mustaine announced it a few weeks back. Oh, okay. I mean,
they're all getting old, man. I mean, he was the guitarist in Metallica for the first album, and that was like 82, right? Like, Jesus. So assuming he was 20 years old for that, I mean, he's what, 60 in his mid 60s now, man. That's
Hey, you have the Rolling Stones still out there, so you know what?
well,
Roll on.
I know. Mustaine also had throat cancer, didn't he, in the past decade or something? So
I have no
it's
idea.
tough. It's
Yeah,
tough. Yeah, just vote harder, bro. Yeah.
yeah.
We got choices. We got to vote for them. You just got to do your civic duty. Oh yeah, we get our DNC and RNC approved choices. Thanks. And the only way we don't get one of those approved choices is if you have a fucking rich billionaire like Donald Trump to go in there and buck the system. So either way, we got to rely on rich billionaires to figure out our problems. There's no civilian answer to this shit. There's just none. You know, we have the Declaration of Independence, which is like for the people, by the people. You know, we can, you know, overthrow our government if they're not for the people. Well, they haven't been for the people for at least over 120 years.
Mm.
So then what are we supposed to say? Oh, you can't say that. You can't say revolution. It's like, I don't know what else we're supposed to do then, other than just take it on the chin. We can continue this song and dance of taking 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. We can continue that song and dance,
Mm.
I guess. We could just continue that song and dance. Musk should just run for governor of New York. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Elon would be better served. He'd be best served to not be in politics. That's where his influence is best. But then again, he's an oligarch himself. What does he want to do all this stuff for? You ever,
Take it to Mars.
yeah. Well, if anyone's ever played the game Xenogears on the PlayStation 1, it very much mirrors everything that's going on, and it's fascinating. It's like almost prophecy. You know, I cannot explain that game to you in a sentence. I'd have to do a whole show on it, but it's a fascinating game. It's just so outdated that most people aren't going to be able to play it.
Well,
But
I don't know about. I've heard of it, but I only played the what was it, Xenoblade?
yeah. So those games are the company that made Xenogears made it for Square, and then Square had the rights to Xenogears and wouldn't give it back, so they had to make a separate series. But they
Yeah.
had to change the story. So like the way it was is Xenogears was the 5th installment of this series,
Mm.
but they were doing Star Wars. They were working in reverse. So they wanted to release 5 and then go back and release 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come out with 6.
Uh,
But after like the game is already incomplete. Square gave them a deadline. They didn't they kept pushing the deadline up. It's always these big corporate types that seem to ruin creativity and imagery, isn't it? Huh? It's weird how that works because they do everything for profit. Everything's about efficiency. They see us as robots. We're all just robots to them.
Ale says Paula Abdul called and said to leave her song out of it. Which song though? Because it's like
What, 2 steps
forward and 2 steps
2
back.
steps
Yeah,
back?
I'm wondering if that's what she means. Yeah, because and then Nightmare says, "Listen, I just want Elon to make me an AI-powered cat girl robot GF. You already have it with Annie, so I mean, go right there. You already have it with Annie. Some kicking and screaming, some same, or it says
Some-
same whining and crying, same song and dance.
Oh, was it same song and dance? I don't know.
It says same for pretty much all of it. So, yes, that song. Oh, I guess that's the song she's talking about then. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay. Well, I don't know Paul Abdul. I'm not that old.
Hey, look, I only know the one where she was dancing with that cartoonish cat. That's it. That's all I know. All right. That's it. Then, of course, there was American Idol, but that was sort of a trip in its own right. So, Henny has no body yet. She has a body. It's just not in a physical form. Okay.
Yeah, one day. Well,
Well, Nightmare wants it. I was thinking Eminem though. Well, I mean, Eminem's a character in his own right.
mm.
Oh Lord. But
whenever
no,
I hear Annie, then what goes through my mind is a Smooth Criminal. So
that's right. Which version though? Michael Jackson's or the Ant Farm?
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I think the Ant Farm one did a pretty good one too. And when I had heard that one a long time ago, I didn't know that was their name for the band after all. But wow, that was pretty good. But yeah, it's certainly an official big mess, and I don't really, and like you said, voting is just not really going to be the way out. It's going to have to be people basically being like what they did with Frankenstein's monster. They picked up the pitchforks and they picked up the torches, and
Hmm.
they said they were finally done, and they went to the place where the issues lied. But I doubt anyone's willing to do that, because no, like said earlier, barely anyone's willing to give up what they have in order to keep what they believe they're losing, and no document's going to keep your rights.
Hmm. Hey,
So
well, but we should still follow it, even though our enemies don't.
yeah, that's the funny thing is like bad people don't follow rules. They'll willingly step over your dead body in order to do what they want.
And they
And
use your morality as a reason why you should follow the rules, but they don't follow the rules.
eh, yeah, why should they?
Yeah.
Um, Alien Ant Farm. Okay, that's the one part I forgot. Alien Ant Farm did the best remake. Yeah, there you go. Alien Ant Farm. That's who I was thinking of. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, and so what
It is.
happens? Yeah, what happens is they set aside some time for me and my guests to promote our stuff, and obviously,
Hmm.
give me 1 second. There you go. So if you want to promote yourself, good sir, the floor is yours.
Well, I do. Ooh. I do a midday politics show Monday through Thursday, and then I do Nightcap, which is like a entertainment show midnight. I put it 11. It's usually like 12:10, but I put 11:55 out of pure convenience because of Rumble's thing. I don't want to scroll all the way down to get to 12:10. I'd rather just do 11:55, but it's usually around midnight ish. That's the channel right there. And on the weekends, I do some video games. So I'm a variety streamer. I'm a variety content creator.
All the variety you could ever want in one place.
Yeah. I also don't know how to say variety correctly. I struggle with that word mightily. Variety.
Variety. Yeah, and
Variety, variety, and propriety.
your link is in there too. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, and of course all his
Oh,
other
I didn't
stuff.
see that.
No, you're fine. But again, if you want to find out where else he's at, all his links are there. They'll be both on the Rumble side and YouTube side because I do stream to both places. So
Hmm.
there is that. But again, all that will be there. And of course, from my end of things, whether you're on the 1 second, there we go. Whether you're on the Rumble side or YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on because I stream both, of course. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help being seen more, like all content creators want to be. I mean,
Hmm.
at a point, it's just the gimmick of it. But it also helps in having other people on, like Joey, like Steel Leg. Like look, I've had on over 290 various guests. And so I've talked to people who are creators and I've talked to people who aren't creators. And at the end of the day, the reason why I do it is because there's so many conversations I have, so many different perspectives and ideas and viewpoints that it's too hard to pass up. So all of that engagement factor helps with that sort of thing. And who knows, you too could become a guest as well if you want. All right, all it takes is yes. All it takes is yes. Um, but where are we at? All right, there you go. There's my link as well. That'll have all my stuff in it: the Twitter X, the email. I have a link to Discord, but it's just for DMing. I don't have a server. I only have so much mental bandwidth to do my
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm really not interested. But again, all the links there, including the Rumble and YouTube one as well. I know people that say poo poo YouTube, but I'm not a one platform only person. So there's that, and a few more things. Uh, two more things actually. Um, obviously, for those who don't know, I am in Rumble's creator program, but I only meet the minimum to stay in it because I just don't care to fulfill the things that don't matter.
Hmm.
Um, but beyond that point, I am in Proton's partner program. A long while back, earlier this year, they were promoting it on Twitter X and so forth and so on. I went in for it, didn't think I'd get it, but I got it anyway. And so for a long time, I've been doing like different parts. I've been using Proton for I don't know how long, and right now I'm promoting their Proton Unlimited, which encompasses all the sweet stuff they have, like their Proton Drive, Mail, Pass, VPN, all that sort of stuff. Proton Mail and VPN are free to use, but the other ones you do kind of have to pay for. So you can go to that link, check it out if you want. Um, I use it on a daily basis. I have talked to people who've used Proton in some form of fashion. They say they enjoy it. But again, I'm not here to promote it. I can make money off it, sure. But I'm here to promote it for the benefit for all, not for my benefit. Because, it is what it is for me. But again, the link's there. You can check it out, see what's there. If it's worth it to you, great. If not, you know what? At least the option's on the table so that if you want to come back to it, the link will be there for you. So there's that. Oops, I got to take that off. And last but not least, um, this is a company in good old US of A. Actually, they're kind of nice enough to send me some of their product to try. I never asked, but they appeared in my uh, chat at one point, and I was like, "Oh, sure, just send this your address here and all that stuff." Oops, not that one. But anyway, I there's this website called Biltong USA. They sell biltong. It's not jerky. It's much healthier than jerky, but it's sort of like a air dried meat, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it, but yeah, they just had me try some of their products. Never asked. Gave me a code to use too for people to save if they want to. And there's a lot of nice stuff on there. Some of it's from the UK. Some of it's from um, South Africa as well. But at the end of the day, it's nothing. It's nothing fancy. It's made in America. First off, but it's a husband and wife who run this company, and it's pretty neat to see them do it and all this stuff. So I thank them for that. And again, code DAR if you do. If not, that's fine. It is what it is, and I thank you for it. So sorry about all that.
Mhm.
But yeah, because I'm one of those people that doesn't like to promote if I don't use it, and really would like to keep that to a minimum, to be honest. But let's see what we missed. Uh, let's see. Senior. Oh yeah, the song "Smooth Criminal" by Alien Ant Farm. Yes, of course, the '90s. And we play games almost every night after nightcap. Oh, nice. Hope they're fun ones.
Yeah,
Do you,
repo.
Repo? Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard people enjoy that game, so there's that.
It's enjoyable when you have groups, big groups. You
Yeah.
play with like 7 or 8 people.
Oh, nice. Uh, think about that. Millennials complain that it isn't the same. No, because they let it die. Well, can't. Nothing stays the same forever, unfortunately. That's life. You're my little cousin. She was born in 1999. 1993. Oh goodness. Um, well, I gotta get my chat back up. There we go. But yeah, I think out of all of it, out of all this talk, if people aren't willing to make sacrifices needed, then America will just be like a floating dream. And you'll have people go to the internet and they'll complain some more. You'll have people probably call into their politicians and complain some more. But very few will actually do something about it, but they won't succeed as much as they'd like to and in the way that's necessary. Because I'm sorry to say, if you're not willing to get the change started right now and get it done right now, then what you say in the next 20 years isn't going to really matter much, because what needs to happen now while you're alive to do it, not when you're 100, not when you're dead and gone and your voice is gone and you can't say anything about it. And that's the issue. Want to kick the can down the road? Great, sure, whatever, but don't complain. Don't let your ghost complain about what you didn't put in to get things set straight. That's the gist of it, unfortunately. But what other games do you play other than Repo with your crew?
Repo. That's all we've been doing for now. I mean, we play Peak sometimes.
Oh, really? How's that game for you?
That game is fun too.
I've only played it by myself, and I made it to the second peak, and I was like, yes! And then I was like, crap! I I got to the ice level and I was like, no.
The ice level is much easier for me than the stupid swamp level, which is the second level. I hate that level.
Oh my gosh. All
That's the
those
one level that makes me not want to play.
all those vines and stuff because you have the
Hmm.
it's insane. It's insane for all that stuff. And I'm just like doing it with others maybe, but doing it by yourself, you're just like, how am I supposed to do that? There's ways, but it just gets more difficult as time goes on because the different obstacles that come in your path and all that stuff. Um, oh, and about
Oh, a Jump King Quest. It's some. It's like a 2D side scroller with the goofy jump mechanics, but it's like a Dark Souls like game
wow,
with like every time you die you got to go and get your orbs back or whatever type thing, and that
ugh,
game's fun, but that's only me and Tyler.
I've never, I did a long time ago. I did buy Elden Ring, and I played it for a while. I've played it a few times, and then after that, I've never played it again. Uh, Elden Ring's just not that game. Souls, I get it, right? Souls, you want, if you want a challenge, but or you read the pattern, whatever. But it really is just, yeah, I don't want to play it. And Bush's jungle level pisses me off so bad. Yeah, because you have to worry about the vines that are poisonous. Insane. Like I like playing it by myself, but man, it can get tedious after a certain point. So, but I gaming for me individually is I really just don't have enough time for it because usually my day is taken up by work. I have a full time job,
Hmm.
taking care of myself, all that stuff, and then of course doing this, which I enjoy doing.
We
It's
need
just
30-hour days.
it, mm, well, some people want 4-day week, a work week, so try figuring that one out. Uh, GT. Oh, okay. Have a good night, Ale. Have a good night. Um, but yeah, it really is one of those things where yeah. Uh, but let's see what else. I have been playing a bit of that Mega Bonk when I can, but it's one of those games. It's like ah, it's yeah. I just can't. I tried to though. I like the more casual gamings, but
You
regardless,
can just pick up and play if you only got 20 minutes.
yeah, it's more of like a maybe Minecraft sort of thing. But even then, it takes a bit to get that loaded up and stuff. Because I play with mods. I'm not a not mod person.
Hmm.
There's that.
That's what we do at Repo as well.
Nice. Now, what is the? I haven't played it myself, but I'm pretty sure it's like you're collecting trash and trying to clean up, or what is it?
You're collecting value. You're like these little robots, and you collect valuables. And along the way, there's these big spooky monsters that try to kill you, and it's a really good experiment to see how well people follow instructions.
and what has happened so far?
Well, people don't listen half the time. But it's fun though, and like if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a bunch of repo clips. It creates for great clips though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, I mean, what was it? Among Us was such a big thing. It's still somewhat big, but it seems like Repo is taking that place. What was another one that was pretty big? There's been a lot of play together games. It's just, um, but yeah, because I know when you're saying your clips, I know you put clips over on the YouTube side because I saw that channel, but it really is, I guess, best to use for that because Rumble just doesn't have certain aspects, even though they keep talking about it.
Hmm.
I love,
We'll get there at some point.
yeah, I love when a company can talk and talk and talk about things most wanting to come out, and then uh, it's not there. So Among Us has been dead for like, well, the people still play it. There are people still out there playing Among Us, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see shorts coming out this year. It's not gonna happen.
Definitely not this year. We got 2 months to go.
Yeah, you'll most likely not see either the end of the month or maybe next month Rumble Wallet will come out. but that's just a guess. At this point, it'd be a genius idea if they could put anything out that's beneficial for everyone on the platform. And right now, it's kind of a hit or miss. So, and
Hmm.
I'm not speaking out of my butt for this one, but yeah. So I don't know. I know people, and that's another thing too, right? When you were talking about the cooperation stuff, robots and whatnot. I The one thing that gets me, and I don't really say anything to other people, but just as bringing up as like an example, when people call a platform or business family,
Oh, they'll drop you in a second.
I
They have no loyalty.
I have been in a business, work
Hmm.
jobs at many times where they'd mention that or communication, whatever, and that's been one of the things they kind of drop off the earth is communication, even though they say communication should be one of their main things, which is weird. But yeah, I've never been interested in calling a platform or job family because you already have if you don't have one, then either I feel sorry for you or good luck. I don't know. Some people don't have really great families, which sucks. But if you do have a
Mm.
family, you really don't need a platform, a group of people on a platform saying this is family because I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because I've seen too many. But you have the same sort of thing on Twitch, right? There are people on Twitch that call Twitch family. I've seen it. Same thing with Kick.
My
Two,
Twitch fam.
the Twitch fam, Kick fam, all this stuff. Not really. You making friends, sure. Community, maybe, but family, it's not a reality. You got a group of people together who you agree with and the degree of matter, but you'll keep to your group is basically what it mostly is, right? I don't know if you see it that way, but I see it as people keeping to their group, and not reaching too far beyond it unless they, I don't know what the term is, um, agree with the individual or they find something in the individual that agrees with them. I'm not sure how that what the wording is for that. And Boo says YouTube is banning channels simply for being linked. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Some of them have gotten their channel back. Some of them have gotten their channel back, or at least they have said they got their channel back. So that, um, but I did see that. I did see that. Enderman there's like a content creator called Enderman who lost their channel, but they got that back after an outpour because that was just insane. It was one dead link to some AdSense sort of thing, and yeah, super parasocial relationships is the issue. Well, and I get it, right? There are people you enjoy, people you like talking to, and all this stuff, and you create a group out of it. But like, if you want to talk about in a real sense, right? Like realistically about Rumble itself, it it really is just picking up scraps other platforms are pissing and dissing off. It's like
Yeah, they're just an amalgamation of people who've been exiled for the most part.
banned
And
or
then,
otherwise. Yeah.
well, it's also, and then there's been a stem of creators that have come because they've noticed the exile.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
me, for example. I'm like, there's no point in me being on YouTube with my foul mouth and the things I say. Just ban me immediately. You're lucky I didn't drop the F word, the other F word.
You'd already be too late to that. I've already had a woman do that already, so it's too late for that.
Yeah.
So on the bundle of sticks word has already been dropped once before, so you'd
I
be
just, I just, I just know it's going to be me that gets somebody's channel banned, and I'm going to feel bad about
I that's why I'm multiple platforms.
it.
That that's why, kids, you're on multiple platforms. You don't put all your stuff on one platform. That's foolish.
Mm,
Um,
well, yeah, I'm only on Rumble.
well, to
So
a
far, so
degree.
good for them. Once
Yeah.
they start banning people, then we can talk about other areas. But for now, so far, so good.
Oh, there are probably some people have left because of they believe they're shadow ban or whatnot. So
Oh
there's
yeah,
that sort of thing.
but that's a whole different story. There's no way to prove that, so I
Yeah.
can't operate on things that I can't prove.
Yeah, that is true. It's hearsay, basically, is what it is. It's like, oh, you said that. Well, let me just find the evidence you don't have.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
All
But
right.
yeah,
I do have to jump out of here.
sure. No, I was getting to that point because I know
Hmm.
you said you were need to get into. So But anyway, the links again, our links for both ends are down below, and of course, if you want to see where we're at, you can follow those things. Again, I'm in the Proton one, and then of course the Biltong one. If you want to go check out, those links are there for them. If not, that's okay too. They are just there as options to kind of be interested in or whatever. I use Proton on a daily basis because of the privacy and whatnot, but I know people have differing opinions and so forth. So anyway, the second thing is that tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will have on Toasty with the Mosian. I've had her on a few times before. Uh, a Latina lady herself. So
Ooh.
you came the day before, but you just won't come after. So there's that. I got you on that one. But
Yeah,
anyway. But anyway, I would do my last thing, but I know he's got to go and he's not feeling well. So, but I do thank you for coming on,
I
Joey.
forget. Yeah, I think I just hit leave stream, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Um.
Thank you for having me on.
Okay. Well, yeah. But anyway, links up below, 7 p.m. Eastern for Toasty. And again, I end my show with One Day with You by Pogo. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Joy, for being here. Hope you get better soon. And I will see you
Well,
tomorrow.
in theory, I will.
Have a great night.
See ya.
Bye.